Elena of Avalor, A Sister's Promise, adapted by Sylvia Olivas, based on the episode Model Sister written by Becca Topol for the series created by Craig Gerber. Princess Elena's little sister, Princess Isabel, is excited. Today is the invention fair where inventors from all over the kingdom will be presenting their latest creations. Princess Isabel has invented something too, the Presto Changer. Elena helps Isabel test out her invention. As Isabel pedals, Elena is whisked backward into the machine. Whoa! Elena cries. Seconds later, the doors open and Elena pops out wearing a beautiful dress. But the flower that was supposed to go in Elena's hair is in her mouth. "It's not working!" cries Isabel. "The invention fair is not until this afternoon," says Elena. "You have plenty of time to fix the problem." Isabel is worried something else will go wrong. "I'll be right by your side to help fix it," Elena says. Later that morning, Elena meets with the Grand Council. King Toshi, the ruler of the Kingdom of Satu, is visiting Avalor this week. It will be Elena's first time hosting a fellow royal. Elena's cousin Chancellor Esteban says if they want to impress King Toshi, they must prepare Satu food and play Satu music. He also insists that Elena wear a Satu gown and slippers when she welcomes the king. Elena listens intently to all of Esteban's instructions about Satu customs. "Keep practicing," he says. "You still have a few hours before King Toshi arrives." "He's coming today?" she asks. Isabel overhears everything. Elena is torn. She wants to be a good princess, but she also wants to keep her promise to Isabel and be a good sister. She thinks there may be a way she can do both. "All right, let's go to the fair," Elena says. Isabel is confused. "But I thought you didn't have time to help me." Elena takes Isabel's hands and promises her that she will always have time for her sister. But Elena secretly plans to come back to the castle before King Toshi arrives. While their friend and royal guard Gabe drives the carriage to the invention fair, Isabel presents Elena with a necklace she made out of spare parts from her invention. "Thanks for always being here for me," Isabel says. When they arrive at the fair and wheel the Presto Changer into the invention hall, Elena sees King Toshi ride by in a royal carriage. She needs to hurry back to the palace. She starts to pull the cart more quickly, and the Presto Changer slides off and crashes to the floor. "My invention!" Isabel cries. "I'm sorry, Isa," says Elena. Isabel examines her invention and notices a piece is broken off. To fix it, she needs a special tool that she left at the palace. "I'll get it for you and come right back," Elena says and runs off. Elena returns to the palace and finds the tool. Without a moment to spare, she changes into her Satu gown and slippers and races out to greet King Toshi and his head advisor Shoji. King Toshi presents Elena with a beautiful silk fan. Elena asks her grandparents to give King Toshi and Shoji a tour of the palace. But Elena's grandmother Luisa reminds Elena that as the host, she must lead the honored guests on the tour herself. While they are waiting for Elena, Isabel and Gabe try fixing the Presto Changer. Gabe helps her test it out. Seconds later, Gabe is spit out of the machine, squished into a tiny dress with shoes on his hands. During the tour, all Elena can think about is how to live without anyone noticing. Just then, she sees her friend Naomi rushing into the palace. "Sorry, I'm late," Naomi says. Elena gets an idea. "Actually, you are right on time." Elena pulls Naomi into the royal dressing room. She asks Naomi to switch dresses and pretend to be her while she goes back to the invention fair to help Isabel. Naomi isn't sure this is going to work, but goes along with Elena's plan. Elena races back to the fair with Isabel's special tool. It's going to take Isabel some time to repair the machine. "Take all the time you need," Elena says. As Isabel works on the Presto changer, Elena sneaks away. Back at the palace, Naomi is pretending to be Elena, and it's working until a fly starts to buzz around her. Naomi swats at the fly with her fan. King Toshi looks over, but Naomi covers her face with the fan just in time. As soon as Elena returns to the palace, she and Naomi switch back to their own dresses, but Luisa catches them. "You went back to the invention fair, didn't you?" asks Luisa. Elena apologizes and explains that she made a promise to help her sister. Isabel is having trouble with her invention. "All right, go. I will cover for you," Luisa says, "but hurry back." Gabe helps Isabel test her invention again, but this time he pops out of the Presto changer with pants on his head. "Ugh, it's still not working," cries Isabel. "Where's Elena?" "Here I am," Elena says, rushing over. Isabel notices Elena's slippers. "You weren't wearing those before," says Isabel. "You went back to the palace." Elena tells Isabel the truth. "I want to be here with you, but I have to be there for King Toshi and our kingdom," she says. "You said you'd always make time for me," Isabel replies. "But I guess now you have more important things to do. Just go." "I'm sorry, Isabel," Elena says sadly. She walks away. Back at the palace, Esteban is performing a Satu dance he prepared especially for King Toshi. But Esteban is not very good. He keeps bumping into the other dancers. Elena's grandfather, Francisco, asks King Toshi if he wants Esteban to stop dancing. But King Toshi says, "I promised Chancellor Esteban he could show me his Satu dance. It's very important to keep your promises." Elena knows he is right. "I made a promise to be at the invention fair with my sister and I broke it," she tells the king. "I hope you understand, but I have to leave. I must put family first." Elena goes back to the invention fair once more. "I'll never figure out how to fix this," Isabel says. "I quit." "You can't quit," Elena says as she walks over. "What about the royal visit?" Isabel asks. Elena tells her that no royal duty will ever be more important than Isabel. Elena and Isabel finally figure out what's wrong with the Presto changer. A chain is broken. Elena suggests they use her necklace. "It's worth a shot," Isabel says. When Isabel presents her invention to the judges, the Presto changer works perfectly. "Thank you, Elena," says Isabel. "You were really there for me today." "That's what sisters do," Elena replies. Just then, Elena sees King Toshi and Shoji arrive at the invention fair. "Family is first in Satu as well," he says. "This is why I always travel with my head advisor, Shoji. He's my younger brother." "So you're not upset that I left?" asks Elena. "Not at all. I already know what Satu is like," says King Toshi. "I want to know more about Avalor." Elena says she knows a good place to start. Elena takes King Toshi and Shoji back to the palace for a big fiesta. They have a great time eating Avaloran food and listening to Avaloran music. Elena's first royal visit is a huge success. Hi, if you like this video, please give this a like and hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I release a new video.